Thank you so much for clicking on my video, and if you're returning, welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to talk about the actress Alexandra Daddario and her Meghan Markle-inspired wedding look. Let's get into it. Once again, thank you so much for clicking on my video. And if you have not already, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I drop some new heat for the streets. So today, I actually want to talk about a very cute article that I read about the actress Alexandra Daddario. She recently got married, and I actually really like Alexandra Daddario. She was recently in The White Lotus on Hulu. If you have not seen that, go ahead and check it out. I didn't really know what to expect. I only picked it up, or I only clicked on it because it had Natasha Rothwell on it. She played Kelly in Insecure. And so whenever I see anybody from Insecure doing other things, I completely just dive in because I trust that they're going to pick their projects carefully and I'm going to enjoy them. But yeah, so I picked it because Natasha Rothwell was in it. I was very, very pleased with that show. I actually think, didn't Sydney Sweeney pick up some sort of award nomination recently because of The White Lotus? I'm not sure. I know she picked up some for Euphoria, well deserved. But yeah, she was also in The White Lotus. So I mean, The White Lotus is filled with a lot of really great actors and actresses. So I suggest checking it out if you have not already. And I won't spoil any of it here, but let me just tell you that was a wild ride. But anyway, one of the leading actresses on the show was Alexandra Daddario. She was also in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series, which I love that series of movies. It never gets old. It was the lead in one of the movies, and that's how I learned about her, because they had her in this ridiculous outfit from the very beginning, and I was thinking, I love her, but that poor thing, they made her wear the most ridiculous unbuttoned button-down shirt, and it was see-through. Like, they really exploited her in that film, but she acted her butt off. Anyway, so she recently got married, and part of her wedding look was inspired by Meghan Markle. And she talked about how she is obsessed with Meghan Markle. Like, I mean, girl, of course, because who isn't? But she's obsessed with Meghan Markle, and she just loves all things Meghan. And she used part of Meghan's reception look for her look as her something blue, which also goes back to Princess Diana. So let me get into the article. I'm reading from People magazine, but this article was also shared in The Insider as well as Business Insider. So feel free to check it out there. I'm gonna link the People magazine article in the description box below. So again, I'm reading from People magazine, and the title is Alexandra Daddario shares how Meghan Markle inspired her wedding look. I'm obsessed with her, in quotes. The Emmy-nominated White Lotus actress's Something Blue was inspired by the Duchess of Sussex's own bridal moment. And this is by Emma Becker. Alexandra Daddario revealed how her obsession with Meghan Markle inspired the Something Blue for her bridal moment. The White Lotus actress and film producer Andrew Forum tied the knot in late June at New Orleans' iconic Preservation Hall. Daddario tells People she paired her gorgeous Daniel Frankel dress with a bright blue ring for her Something Blue. While speaking to People about her new Airy campaign, the Emmy-nominated star, 36, revealed that the ring was actually inspired by the Duchess of Sussex. Quote, I'm obsessed with Meghan Markle, she shared. She wore an aquamarine ring, I believe, from Princess Diana's collection. Mine was less fancy, but I had a large blue aquamarine ring copying Meghan Markle. While the Baywatch actress had her heart set on the aquamarine ring, she was open to anything when it came to the hunt for the perfect wedding dress. She explained, I've never been the kind of girl who was planning her wedding and knew exactly what she was going to wear. I don't like to overthink things. I like to just go with my instincts. I don't want to obsess over clothes too much. I like to just put them on, she said, adding that Danielle Frankel invited her to try on a bunch of dresses. I think it was the third dress I tried on, and I was like, I love it. I think I tried on one after that, and they were all great, but this one I just knew. It felt like New Orleans, it felt comfortable, and it just was a really perfect fit. She continued, it was just one of those things like girls know when you put on the perfect dress. For me, once I put it on and I knew, I didn't want to go and try on a million other things. The bride recalled that as an actress who is constantly getting fitted for red carpets, wedding dress shopping felt quite familiar. I'm so lucky I get to do red carpets all the time, so I get a lot of that part fulfilled wearing a beautiful dress. For me, it almost felt like a red carpet dress try on. I didn't have an idea of what I wanted, and I just was ready to wear whatever felt best. What felt best was a pleated silk wool gown by Danielle Frankel that could not have been more perfect for the setting. Quote, I fell in love with Danielle Frankel's dress, she told Vogue. I followed them on Instagram. They sent me a message and we chatted. And when I went to their studio, I just felt beautiful in everything. I chose my dress because it felt like it belonged in New Orleans and was the right choice for the Louisiana heat. Smart girl. The dress, called the Scarlet and retailing for $9,990, has lace appliques, spaghetti straps, and a tulle train, making it light and breezy enough for the New Orleans weather. It paired seamlessly with Form's Brunello Cucinelli pinstripe number, which Daddario called a beautiful, not too serious suit that he chose for the couple's big day. Now, that's pretty much the meat and potatoes of the article. You can finish reading it. Again, it's in the application. It's in the description box below if you want to check out the rest of the article. But I thought that was very cute that she used her ring to do a callback to Meghan Markle. Now, when I got married, I actually got married a few years before the Sussex wedding. And so I did not have any royal inspiration for any of my wedding looks at all. However, my ring is a sapphire, and so a lot of people attribute my engagement ring being a sapphire to Princess Diana, which I am a big fan, so that's not a problem with me. But actually, my birthstone is sapphire, so I wanted a sapphire because I felt like it was closest to my heart, and it's also, in my opinion, the most beautiful gemstone because it's my favorite. I also love navy blue, and because I had a sapphire ring, all my bridesmaids wore sapphire dresses. But because of that, whenever someone sees my wedding ring or my engagement ring, they go, "Oh, did you choose this because it's Princess Diana's ring?" And I'm like, no, but not a problem if you think that because I love her. And she was just elegant and she had such an amazing style. And for anything to be linked back to her, that is a win in my book. Now, what's funny is because, I'm a huge fan of the Sussexes, and I was a big fan of their wedding. I loved everything about their wedding. I loved her dress. I thought it was just so different for a royal wedding. I thought it was so modern and so chic. And again, I've said this and I'm not going to keep beating a dead horse. I just really love the fact that her style is her own, and it's always appropriate for the setting, but it is always signature to her. And to have some callbacks in her wedding and her reception to her mother-in-law, who unfortunately she did not get a chance to meet, but was very present in every aspect of their relationship and their wedding, which is very obvious. They have spoken very candidly about that, especially in their engagement. In the engagement interview, I felt like they always made sure that Princess Diana was present and that her presence was felt. And that is the best thing you can do when you have a loved one who is no longer here in the physical, is that you honor them in the ways that you can. You continue to live your life and elevate your life in the ways that make sense for you. Like I say, live your life with you as the main character, but the people who love you will coach you on and cheer you on in that, and bringing them every step of the way is the best thing you can do to honor their memory. It's the best thing you can do. And I have greatly respected how both Prince Harry and Meghan have always honored those who are close to them, those who they love and who are close to their heart. And I think that's very sweet. As far as the look of the wedding, the Royal Sussex wedding, now I got married before, but I would have loved for that wedding to have taken place before I got married so that I could have like some think out of the box moments. My wedding was extremely traditional, which I love my wedding. I'm still to this day like surprised that we pulled it off to the magnitude that we did, even though we had stuff go wrong. It all worked out perfectly. And so everything worked out. Like I didn't have centerpieces because the centerpieces got lost in transit the day of the wedding. Just doesn't freaking happen. The centerpieces got lost the day of the wedding. I made makeshift centerpieces the night before, just in case, because I had a bad feeling. The vendor was not very responsive. I was a little nervous. I passed it off to my wedding planner, and then I said, just in case. I got some stuff from Amazon and from Michaels and Ross, and I put some little cute tulips in vases with some little filling and was like, if all else fails, give me this. Now, the funniest part is, again, I got married in a quote unquote museum at the Hall of State in Texas. And it's so ornate and so beautiful and over the top that I was like, I don't want to do anything to detract from how beautiful the space is. So I want minimal. And because my centerpieces got lost, they used my simple ones and it actually looked better. It did not look gaudy. And I was like, you know what? I'm not mad. And then with my dress, I went to several places to look for a dress. And I ended up going to Lulu's Bridal in Dallas, Texas, downtown Dallas. And I was so happy. I went to a place called Mockingbird Bridal, and that's also in like the Park Cities area of downtown Dallas. And they were not the nicest. They weren't rude, but when I was looking at dresses, the lady did not give me dresses in my size, although there were some available. Like there were sample sizes that fit me. But she pulled all the dresses. I actually didn't pick out any. I was just like, just pick out some. I don't really know what I want right now, so I'm open. And she pulled all size 2, like size 2, well, size 10 in a wedding dress. So it was like size 10. And I'm a size 12 in a wedding dress. And so it just did not fit. And so I couldn't get excited because I was feeling self-conscious because these dresses were so freaking tight. And so I was like, can we go up? And she was like, yeah, but let's go ahead and try the rest of these on while we've got them. And I was like, I would really rather try on dresses I can fit. And she was like, well, you're not going to fit any of these because they're going to be made for you. And I knew I wanted a dress by Maury Lee. And so I said, you know what? Damn near every bridal shop in Texas has a Maury Lee gown that I can try on. So I'm going to go somewhere else. So, and even when we were leaving, I was like, okay, thank you. Have a good day. She didn't give me her card. They didn't say, okay, here's the person you'll be working with. Nothing. They were just like, bye. And I was like, can I have a card? So if I want to use one of the dresses, if I want to move forward, I have someone to talk to. And she was like, oh, I mean, I guess you could have my card. And my Aunt Sharon was like, no, we good. She was like, no, you didn't want to give her the card? We good. We'll go somewhere else. And we went somewhere else. And I went to Lulu's Bridal and found the perfect dress. It was the second dress I tried on. And I tried on like 10 dresses that day. And the second dress I tried on was absolutely perfect. And so, and it was a fun experience. The lady I worked with at Lulu's Bridal in Dallas, her name is Sharon. And her daughter was also getting married at the same time, I believe. So she was like in a true wedding spirit. She walked around that store and picked up every single thing I even breathed in front of. She was like, oh no, you got it. If you look at it, you got to try it on. If you look at it, you got it. We're going to have fun. They brought me water. I mean, they treat me like a princess. I don't drink alcohol, so they didn't give me champagne. So they got me sparkling water in a champagne glass. It was so much fun. And I had a lot of family there, and they accommodated my entire family with this huge room. Like, it was the best experience. I actually bought my dress on the spot. So I just paid for it on the spot. I was going to do a whole thing, but I found the dress I wanted. They had it custom made for me, and they had another one custom made for me, and I paid for it on the spot. I was like, thank you. But again, her name was Sharon at Lulu's Bridal. But anyway, this was years ago. I've been married for 5 years. But anyway, I remember that experience being so much fun and being so intense and stressful, but fun, fun, fun. My pre-wedding was so amazing. The wedding day was so amazing. But I really do wish I had had way more floral arrangements. And when I saw the Sussex wedding, that was actually the thing that stood out to me. It was like, oh, I really do wish I had gone with more floral. Because of the venue, we went with more green, more plants. And we kind of used green as like an element to make the gold pop because the whole room is gold. And I didn't want to take from the gold coin on the wall. It's like this big gold wall. And I didn't want to take away from it, but now I do wish I had done a little bit of floral. Anyway, that was a beautiful wedding. And I'm not shocked that Alexandra Daddario took something from it. I think everyone who's had a wedding since has taken something from it. It has served as some sort of inspiration. It was such a modern royal wedding while still respecting the traditions and all that and being very respectful of the Commonwealth and being very respectful of the subjects. I loved everything about that wedding, and I would have loved to have pulled some inspiration from that. So I'm not shocked Alexandra Daddario did too. Also, I want to talk about her dress itself, her wedding dress. Now, this is again from Danielle Frankel, and this is called the Scarlet Wedding Dress. It is still up on the site, so if you are interested, you could buy this as well. And now, hold on, before I continue about the dress, this model is beautiful. She is absolutely perfect. She really makes this dress pop. Whoever dressed her, whoever decided she would model this gown was right on the money, and I love her hairstyle. But anywho, this dress is actually very vintage. I love the floral spaghetti straps. I love the back. I love how the back has so much detail. I don't know if you can see it, but look at how the back has so much detail. You can see the floral embellishments. Again, this is a pleated gown. Now, that's not something you see very often. You often only see like traditional, you see the taffeta, the silk, but this is actually pleated. Now, I love a good pleated skirt, but I have never done a pleated full length gown. This works. this works. And this is what you get when you go with what works best for you and your features, and then your tone. So the tone of the wedding is important, because everything you do to decorate the wedding, everything you wear, everything your bridesmaids and your wedding party wears, it has to play into the tone and the theme of the wedding. Now, with this dress, she could have easily leaned into a Gatsby wedding. And when I tell you, do what you want, I'm going to support you and clap for you no matter what. But God, I'm so sick of Gatsby weddings. I'm so over Gatsby themed weddings, or 20s themed, roaring 20s weddings. Maybe that's just a me thing, but I'm over it. Everybody does it. It's boring. But I can't say anything because I did a big old traditional wedding. So, what can I say? Anywho, but this is what works for her. And look at her features. If you've ever read Archie comics, you know who Veronica Lodge is. Is this not Veronica Lodge? This is Veronica freaking Lodge. She should have played in Riverdale. She looks exactly like the Veronica Lodge cartoon. Exactly like her. And I grew up reading Archie comics. I was actually in Archie comics. I drew a picture, and they used my picture. They used to allow you to, if you drew something, they would pick like 5 every month, and they would put them in some of the magazines. And I actually had one put in, and I drew Veronica Lodge, which is kind of funny. But yeah, she looks just like Veronica Lodge. Now, anywho, I really love this dress. Now, the pleat and the floral really works for New Orleans. It's a very cool dress. Even in the article, she said it looked like something that I could wear in the heat and in the humidity. And it does. It makes a lot of sense. It also makes sense when she put her hair up. But I think they did a very good play on a vintage theme. It looks very natural. I don't think that if you looked at the photos, I don't think that you would immediately know that that was a recent wedding. You might consider that it was from, a long time ago, and that it is a callback. I mean, look at the umbrella, look at the accents. The fur, they really paid attention to detail with the theme of her wedding. And again, I love when people do what makes sense for them. It was kind of the same experience I had when I saw Meghan and Harry's wedding, with it being so modern, but it being a royal wedding. I was like, they did all the pomp and circumstance, but they still were true to themselves. And you always get the most out of an event or anything when you put yourself into it, when you actually put your heart and soul in consideration, or your intention behind every detail. Intention. So anyway, this is a really good photo. With this being such a vintage themed wedding, I love this mirror. That was a great touch. But anywho, I absolutely thought this. I loved her wedding. I loved her dress. It is very unique. I haven't seen a dress like that. And I think that's when it's my favorite, when I see people do like something different. Give me something new to look at, because I had a big old ball gown. So again, I'm not saying that I was just this unique modern person, but I really do appreciate it when other people take a chance and really step out of the norm or what's trendy. But this is beautiful. This looked like a very romantic wedding. Very romantic. Weddings in New Orleans are becoming like my favorite. Do y'all remember Solange's moment? I'm not gonna go there, but that was a freaking moment. She literally broke the internet. That was a moment. That whole wedding looked fun, beautiful, it looked like family, like a good old time. Anywho, congratulations to Alexandra Daddario. You couldn't have chosen a better inspo model than one Miss Meghan. And I'm so happy that she and her husband look as happy as they are, and they got married, they tied the knot, and everything went according to plan. Last thing before I get out of here, as beautiful as her dress was, did y'all note that it was only $9,000? Now, only, and then saying $9,000 can feel like a contradiction, but this is a celebrity, and a lot of times celebrities spend upwards of $10,000, $13,000, $20,000 on dresses alone, and usually they have 3 or 4 dresses. I really like her. This felt very real, and it felt very authentic, and it felt very romantic. They really took us into a romantic, like a story, like a romantic, what is it called? Like a romance novel. I love it. I love it. When I looked at the pictures and I watched all of the little clips online of their wedding, I was just like, this is beautiful. Makes me want to renew my vows. So anywho, maybe I will. Maybe we'll renew them in New Orleans. Who knows? Anywho, that's all I've got today. If you have an opportunity, feel free to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Again, I want to say congratulations to Alexandra Daddario and her handsome husband. And I wish them nothing but happiness and joy for the rest of their lives. And again, I want to shout out their inspo behind some of her wardrobe for her wedding day. One, Miss Duchess Meghan and Prince Harry. And I wish them a lifetime of happiness as well as a married couple. And this was a very sweet article. I really enjoyed it. I really like to see positive press about Meghan. as much as people like to make it like people hate her, which there are people out there, like I've said before, there are bots, there are trolls, everybody's got haters. But I never want to undermine the fact that so many people love and appreciate her. Not just because of her, humanity and what she has done out in the world and how much she dedicates herself to a life of service, but for things like this. Beautiful wedding inspo. So I think that was a really nice break from the typical headlines, and I was like, oh, good, something that I can read about her that doesn't feel manipulated, and it just feels really sweet and genuine. And one person, an actress, shouting out another actress, and appreciating something that they brought to the moment and bringing somebody that they like and that they enjoy and that they admire into their moment. That's very sweet. Thankful that they honored Princess Diana as well. I love that her memory is kept so alive and so positive, despite what she went through. I'm glad that people have made an assertive effort to really keep her positive memory alive. So kudos to you. Thank you so much for listening. Again, if you haven't already liked this video, subscribe to my channel and turn on that notification bell. You can hit me up on social media across the board. I am at SharionSade. And I will also be dropping another video later this week talking about the Renaissance album, Act 1 of the Renaissance album by Beyonce. I am so excited to share my thoughts. If you have followed me on Twitter, I know you're like, hell no, girl. I can't live through this again, because I have been sharing my thoughts on Twitter a lot. But if you have not, we're about to have a good time. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.